Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Martin Freeman. Smart as paint.
Well, good you too.
Good man. Martin Freeman. Well, the moustache, is that for the Rembrandt or just...
Yeah, it's for a bit of Rembrandt. It's for a bit of preparation for Rembrandt. I'm going to have to wax it up when I start
Can
filming.
you paint?
Not as well as he could. But I can daub a little bit, yeah.
You do the dark corners like the Night Watch.
I specialise in dark corners. Yeah. That's why I've come on here. Yeah. It is no. It's called Night Watching. The film. It's about his painting the Night Watch. And it covers the period that he painted his painting the Night Watch. Yeah.
Yeah. So can you tell us about the film that you've done with Gwyneth Paltrow, about whoever she is?
Whoever she is. Yeah, it's called The Good Night, and we've wrapped that a little while ago. It's with Gwyneth and Penelope Cruz, Danny DeVito, Simon Pegg, Michael Gambon.
Just a few stars.
Yeah, it's lovely. Really,
and
really
yourself.
Nice. And myself. Yeah. Trying
the
to
whole
hold
career. Hasn't it been fantastic?
Thank God. Yeah. No, it's going well. Yeah.
How long? Because when you talk to anybody, Jeremy Irons or anybody, Liam Neeson, that there are periods when you're starting when you could do with a bit of work.
Yeah.
And all the rest of it. And I presume you did either a bit of waitering or house painting or something while you were out of work.
In all honesty, no. I didn't. I just wasn't famous, but I always worked as an actor. Always. I left drama school early, go and work at the National Theatre, and I never, since I've been a professional actor, I've never done anything else. No. Oh. Thankfully, I know how lucky that is. Yeah.
That is terrific. What is it you think that you bring
raw
to
talent
your art?
I think raw talent and a certain moustache appeal. Yeah. No, it's I don't know what it is, but whatever. God's.
Has anybody said to you that you have a subtle, and I know the ladies will agree, a subtle sex appeal?
All right, steady with the subtle.
So,
yeah, it means almost invisible.
Your sex appeal is quite naked, Matt.
I have heard it, but then...
You took your clothes off in Love Actually. You were playing a stud in that, weren't you?
Well, I was playing a stud stand-in. I was playing a stand-in stud, so he definitely wasn't a stud. I'm not quite ready physically to play a stud yet. Or mentally, I don't think I could see myself as a stud, to be honest.
Are you working towards it?
I'm working towards being a stud.
Excellent, yes, good.
Are these going?
No, not for you.
Fair enough. It's good to know where I stand.
Goodness.
Thank you. I do quite like the black ones.
I do.
Thank you. Yeah.
They're always a good eat, aren't they? Yeah. You popped yours straight in there. Jeremy Irons said some people just bite the top off.
I like a man all the way in. Why did I say that?
I don't know.
I have no idea why I said that.
But
not even vaguely true.
No. Have the bright lights of Hollywood turned your head at all? Are you turning a bit on the cocky side?
No, I don't think so, because I've never been to Hollywood. I've been to Hollywood once, ever, and that wasn't even for work. It was to go and get a Golden Globe for The Office. It wasn't for kind of touting for work, or... I've never worked out there.
But you will be lured there, you know that.
I don't know. I mean, I'm lured by scripts, to be honest, Terry.
And what about money?
Money's good. Of course, money is good, but then I'm always of the opinion that as long as you're not starving, then you should do what you want to do and do what you'd be proud of, as opposed to, doing something just for the money, for me, never quite appeals.
But do you remember Sir John Gielgud?
I do.
And indeed Larry Oliver in his time. They would do crap movies.
Yeah.
So that they could finance the fact that they wanted to be on the West End
Yes,
stage.
I understand that. I totally understand that. But I really, really don't... I just want to try not to do a crap movie, at least that I think is crap. Other people undoubtedly think some of the work I do is crap, but as long as I don't think it's crap, then I'm all right with that, Yeah.
Let's, if we may go back to, I suppose, the series that launched you, which would be The Office. I suppose it's the old question everybody asks about The Office, but I'm still fascinated by watching it. How much of it is spontaneous and how much of it, every word, every movement was rehearsed?
Everything was written, so it was by no means an improvised piece. But it was what I would term as loose, in that you could go off menu a bit. I mean, there are things like you see in The Office that, I'm not being funny, but couldn't have been written. Could only have come from the people. But no plot was, no sort of swathes of dialogue were just made up on the spot. But you would just kind of be able to deviate a bit, So at certain times Ricky and Steve would say that, that's the scene we want you to do, and there would be an outline, But no, it was written,
I'd heard that there was a scene in The Office that had about 75 takes.
Yeah.
Because you and Ricky were laughing so much.
Yeah, I mean, he was deliberately doing that, though. You know, it wasn't that me and Ricky were laughing so much. He was deliberately trying to do me over. In secret, yeah. It took a scene that should have been over in about an hour and a half, took 3 hours, and you know there were people coming in for their scene thinking, "What the heck are these two?" You know, getting quite annoyed actually after a while. But you know when you're annoyed, but you can't stop laughing, like being at mass or something. You know, you kind of see something and you think, oh, "I can't laugh," but it's you know, it's kind of hurts, starts to hurt after.
Classical music concerts and things like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I've done that. Oh dear. Yeah. Or on stage, you know, you can do it on stage sometimes.
The corpsing.
Yeah, it's just, you know. And that's, it was just 3 hours of corpsing that day with me and Ricky, and he knew exactly what he was doing, and he wanted to keep it going as long as he possibly could.
But it's the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah.
It makes everybody laugh.
It does, it really does. But then it also makes them annoyed at the same time. You know what I mean? Steve Merchant was coming in going, "You've really got to get..." And even he gave up after a while, you know. About 20 minutes in, he was like, "Come on, what are you doing? Be fucking professional," you know. And then about an hour later, he was like, he'd probably drunk somewhere in the corner. And he'd given up, you know.
Now, what do you think of this idea of having the audience so
terrifyingly close?
Yeah.
It means that I don't want to annoy anyone. I'm well within striking distance.
No, but the thing is, they don't realise that there's a ray.
There's a barrier. Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Repel them if they ever rushed the podium.
They think this is all the caring, sharing world of lovely Wogan, and actually they'd be murdered as soon as they try and set foot up on the podium.
Now then, Rembrandt's going to be serious, but you're known as not a comic actor, comedic actor. Really.
I suppose, yeah. I mean, the office is such that. You know, we haven't made it for 3 years, and we're still talking about it. And
is it 3 years?
Yeah, I anticipate talking about it for a long time yet. I mean, it had the effect that, you know, you're seen as a thing for a while, and that's cool because I'm very, very proud of the office. But yeah, it kind of means sometimes that people certainly don't associate you with doing something serious. But you know, I do what I can.
There's not many laughs in Rembrandt.
Well, you don't know Peter Greenaway, mate. He's a pretty funny fella. There's some laughs in the script.
Really?
Not many. Not many.
I'm going to take you back now.
But I've never been on this show before, Terry.
Oh.
What can you mean?
1998.
Oh.
You, as so many actors before you.
Okay.
If I said the word casualty.
Yeah. You know, there's a time in your 20s and you can eat anything, and there's no price, there's no physical price to pay. I hit 29, all of a sudden, the pie's piled on.
Yeah.
Still trying to shake them off.
Yeah. I've never had that problem.
I know. When you were doubling for Johnny Weissmuller in your boyhood, you know...
I can still do the call if I need to.
I don't want you to.
All right, then.
We don't need to hear that.
I'm sure the audience will agree with me that you've been a wonderful guest. Thank you very much.
Martin, really. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.